Hi guys, how are you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com and welcome to my monthly prediction videos. As always, these videos are going to be for each, grouped by sort of element. So you have fire signs, earth signs, air signs, and water signs, and there will be timestamps in the video description, so you can definitely click on the timestamp for your sign and go see what the cards have to say for you. And also, I would suggest that you see what the cards have to say for your sun sign as well as your moon sign, and so that way you have as best of a complete picture of what to expect in this following month. And of course, if you need a personal reading, I am available. You can definitely reach out and we'll figure out a mutually workable time where we can do, over Skype, over the phone, or even via audio recording. And the audio recording comes with all the readings. So, just saying. um, and of course, these are the four decks that I will be using for this month, for the following month, which is May 2020. We have this lovely spacious tarot, which I will be using for the general part of the reading. The lovely This Might Hurt tarot deck is going to be for the relationship part of the reading. The Dark Mansion Tarot, I'm going to use this for the work part of the reading. And this is a beautiful deck which I have recently reviewed, The Universe Has Your Back. This is all about affirmations, and I think right now it is something that we all need. So I'm going to pull one affirmation for each sign, and so we're going to have that as well. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, your tarot blogger, deck and book reviewer, and maker of these awesome videos on YouTube. I'm also a tarot card reader and mentor, and an author of this awesome book on tarot, which is available on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle, all over the world. Now, all of these links and more are in the description, so do check that out. And at the end of this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more such awesome tarot videos. Okay, so now let's see how May 2020 shapes up for the earth signs. That's your Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And first up is Taurus. Keep your affirmation card right here. I'm going to open that up at the very end. General reading, relationship, and work. Okay, so your general reading is as follows. You get the Hermit, you get the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and you get the Two of Wands reversed. Okay, so Hermit, you're gonna be in solitude. Oh well, you'll be like, hey Madhvi, that's not news. The lockdown's going on. And I know that's not the kind of solitude I'm talking about. Hermit talks about a very different kind of solitude. This is a solitude that is sort of welcome or maybe even chosen on some level, okay? This is the kind of solitude where you retreat into your own sort of self, and you're focused on understanding and sort of learning the lessons from your experiences. So you're going to be spending time by yourself, for yourself, trying to figure out, make sense of a lot of things. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune reversed tells me that you'll realize that okay, not everything is going according to plan. Not everything is working out the way I wanted it to. Not everything is probably even working out in your favor, and that is going to severely limit your sort of growth prospects or plans. Okay, so I think it all sort of ties in with each other, that right now the way things are going in the world around you, you will find that hey, since things are not going out, working out the way I like them, and this is limiting maybe at the start of the year you may have made some grand plans that, okay, I will do this by this time and that by that time, and now everything is turned topsy turvy and things obviously need to be reworked. This is month of May 2020 is that time where you will finally have all the necessary information at your hand or at your disposal, and then you'll be finally in a position to sort of sit down with yourself by yourself and make those decisions and reframe those plans, or you know or make them in such a way that they are impervious to these kind of changes. So that's going to be quite a bit of a challenge for you. And so this month of May is going to be all about figuring this out. Okay. Relationships, let's look at that. We have the Page of Cups reversed, we have the King of Wands reversed, and we have the Emperor. Again, this is very, very powerful. Okay. Page of Cups talks about having a very, I would say, impulsive sort of approach, especially in the reverse, right? Page of Cups reverse can be very unnecessarily emotional and impulsive when it comes to things, and that might hinder your the way you interact with people. You come off sounding very childish and whiny, so be aware of this. The King of Wands reversed can also say that you're feeling it, because see, there is a reason why all this is happening. Because you're trying to keep it together, you're trying to always be positive, cheerful, this and that. Look, if you're not cheerful, you don't have to pretend, but at the same time, you don't have to be such a Debbie Downer either. So you have to find a way to be balanced. Instead of being all whiny and all, so sad and down and depressed, you need to find a better way to interact with people. Everybody's feeling it, you're feeling it too, and I get that, but you need to also find a better way to not lash out on others, because it's not their fault either, right? And this is where the Emperor comes in. The Emperor tells you, hey, wait, look at the big picture, look at the big picture. And this is what I'm saying. It's not your fault, but it's not everybody else's fault either. We are all sort of caught in this situation. And so it's not fair to lash out on others. And it's not fair what's happening to you and what's happening to the world around us either. So just, stay focused on, your whatever is stable, whatever is same, right, in your life. So in that sense, having a routine will help. Having a disciplined sort of timetable will help. Having a very systematic approach towards things will help. So you may end up doing certain things just, like, like an exercise, like an everyday routine. That is still fine, but it frees you up emotionally. It gives you the space and time to find your balance again. Okay, that's what the Emperor is telling me here today. And as it comes to work, you get the Hierophant reversed. This is interesting. You get Judgment also reversed. And then you get the Hanged Man. Oh my god, all these major kind of cards. So there's heavy energy at work. Okay. Hierophant reverse tells me that all the systems are going to be upside down. Hierophant is all about systems, structures, learnings, teachings. Everything is literally getting flipped upside down, right? Things aren't working out as per plan. So Judgment, your long-term plans or long-term projects or long-term sort of vision of, okay, once it will take so much time to accomplish this and I'll be done with it. All this is needs to be reworked. So Hanged Man. Oh, this is powerful. Okay, Hanged Man, Hermit. This is interesting energy. Hermit says withdraw to yourself. The Hanged Man says see a different point of view. Especially when he's hanging upside down. I know this guy, I think oh yeah, he's look at that little Dracula. Okay, the point is he's hanging upside down, and by hanging upside down, symbolically we are told to try and see the situation because it's flipped on its head. So you need to see it from that angle in order to see things clearly. This is so precious, right? So because these are all upside down, so the cards are saying, especially when it comes to work, especially when it comes to all the systems and structures, and especially when it comes to, all the things which are impeding your movement forward, try and see the other side of the story. Try and see a different, totally different way of doing things. So all this is going to happen. This is the month where you literally rethink all your plans, be it personal, be it work, whatever it is, whether it is going to, even, flipping the system upside down can also talk about trying on a totally different way or a different system, or something different from the norm even, which might actually work for you. And here Judgment River says that it ain't over yet, right? There's gonna be a lot more for you to sort of go through that trial and error before you will actually land on something that is going to work for you 100%. So stay open to all that trial and erroring, okay? And that is the only way you will see your way out of this. And you will. Oh, look at this, right? These are the guidance words for you, the affirmation for you. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Yeah. So essentially, whether it is your own situation, whether it's your work situation, your relationship situation, your any and every situation, let go of the shadow of the past. Don't remain caught up in that whole, this is how we've been doing it so far. So no, now the whole sort of thing has changed, right? The framework has changed. And so you try to see it again with new eyes, with a new framework, with a new context, and maybe for the first time. And then, be loving towards it, be more appreciative of it. And you will really, really see a very beautiful way, right, to go forward, which will, you'll be like, hey man, if I and it will be something like, I don't know, I'm just getting this feeling, right, that once you're done with this, because these are some real powerful energies coming your way, once you're done with this, maybe you'll look back at this a few years later and you'll be like, man, I know I was feeling really down in the dumps back then, but if I hadn't gone through what I had gone through at that point of time, if I hadn't experienced that, and if I hadn't, been called to sort of take a totally different turn and different path, I wouldn't be here today. And you'll just turn around and you'll be so grateful that this happened, because it totally changed the way you did things and approached things and saw things and everything. And you'll be like, man, sometimes even if things don't work out, they are there for a reason, because you're supposed to go in another direction, a totally different direction, totally different from the norm. These are your clues. Wow. Taurus, this one was for you. Okay. Next up, we have Virgo. And Virgo, here you go. Your general reading is as follows. You get the Child of Swords, which is the Page of Swords reversed. Then you get the Elder of Swords, so that's your King of Swords. And you get the Sun card. Wow, okay. Virgo, this is going to be a journey for you, okay? The Child of Swords reversed, or rather the Page of Swords reversed, tells me you're going to be going through some really crazy thoughts, okay? Maybe a little bit of a tantrum, a little bit of a moment there that will happen, and you'll it's gonna be a little interesting. But you know what? When you go through that, right, either you or someone around you is going to look at that whole mess that you make, and that person, or even in fact even you, will suddenly be like, hey, wait a minute, all this crazy whatever's going on, you'll be like, hey, wait a minute. Either you or someone around you who is so smart is going to see something sensible there, or is going to help you unravel or untangle all this mess of a confusion that comes out of your head. And suddenly it'll be so clear. See the sun. You will have the way forward. You will know exactly what to do to go forward. So if you're going to go through this moment, okay, be sure that maybe you journal it, or maybe you record it, or maybe, whatever it is, somewhere or the other, or you're in the presence of some person who is very intellectually sound and capable of sort of, being the one who remains steady and clear even when surrounded by craziness. Because either that person, or it's going to be you, one way or the other, this energy is going to show up and help you sort of untangle this crazy mess of thoughts. And once you have that, you'll be like, I know now what I have to do, right? The path ahead will be very clear, and there will be, it will be breakthrough. It will be not something that you've done before. It will be something that you will be like, okay, I'm going to blazing a new trail here, right? And it will be something really, really adventurous and joyful and cheerful, and you will be so happy when you do it. You will feel it in your heart like a little child. You'll be like, yes, I'm doing this. So this is something new coming to you. I'm just feeling that joy here. Okay, now let's see what happens in the relationship arena. You have the Eight of Swords. Interesting. Four of Pentacles. Very interesting. And so the Five of Swords. Okay, let me just put it out there. Okay, if you're in a relationship with someone romantic, or if it's just any relationship that sort of shows up and becomes important during that month, so this is applicable to that. First of all, there is going to be a situation where there's going to be an argument. Okay, I'm not going to mince words for you or to you. An argument is definitely looming in the future of that relationship. See what's going on. We have the Eight of Swords. This is somewhere the feeling of restriction, whether it is an actual restriction, or whether the other person has put you in that spot where you feel stymied or stuck or restricted, or whether you have put yourself in that spot where you feel stuck and restricted. One way or the other, this is a restriction that will be powerfully felt in this month. And then you'll be like, okay, what is it that I'm holding on to? Why am I holding on to it? Why am I hanging on to something? Is it that important? What is it all about? You will start to question the worth of holding on to these restrictions that either someone else has placed on you or you have placed on them. And then the moment you start questioning it, you are going to start fighting it. Either you want to fight for them, for breaking them, or for easing them up, or for changing them, or the other person will stand up and face you and fight you for those very same reasons, that whether he or she wants to sort of keep those restrictions in place or not. And that is what it is. It's all about individual freedom here. It's all about questioning the worth of having those restrictions in place in that relationship. And again, it depends. It's not for me to judge, or anybody to judge. It depends relationship to relationship. So, and again, this is a very open word, relationship. So this can be any relationship. It could be, between you and your parents, you and your siblings, you and your loved ones, you and your friends, anything like that, or just, romantic also. The point is, whatever the dynamics of the relationship are, you have to judge for yourself whether those restrictions have any worth and value in for you, especially to hold on to them. And if they do, then you need to stand up for what is right. If not, then you need to stand up and fight and create that change in your life. Okay? So that's what it's all about. Now let's look at the workplace. We have the Devil. Dun, dun, dun. Then we have Temperance. Ooh. And we have the Emperor reversed. Look at this. We have all these major arcanas here. This is very powerful. Okay, so something really huge. With the devil, we're talking about rules and restrictions again. This right? So maybe all these, because I'm connecting these three dots here. So maybe all these restrictions are going to drive you crazy. You'll be like, why am I even in this stuck weird place? What is it? Why? Right? And then the thought process happens, the finding the answer happens. So here's what I'm saying. The devil, especially in the workplace situation, talks about you being bound in a scenario or situation. Could be a contract, could be a job situation where you feel like you have literally sort of sold your soul. Okay, not literally, it's figuratively, metaphorically. You feel like you're really caught in a situation where you feel like you're stuck in it. And while there are material benefits to that situation, emotionally you feel very stymied. You feel that you're not getting as much sort of maybe creative freedom, or you're not feeling fulfilled at work. There's all these feelings. So where the temperance shows up, and you might want to look at options outside of work to give you that feeling of satisfaction, especially if the monetary benefits are worthwhile here. Or you might want to maybe upscale yourself or get better skills, because temperance is also about learning. Temperance is also about finding opportunities for growth and evolution. So, whether be it in the workplace or outside of the workplace, you need to, you are responsible for the satisfaction of your soul. Sorry, but your company or your bosses, that's not their job. It's your job to find a way to be satisfied soul wise. You know what I'm saying? So the cards are asking you to seek those opportunities, because you will find them. You will find the ways in which to fulfill your soul. So maybe you can't change the structure at work, the way things happen, but you might find creative fulfillment or emotional fulfillment or spiritual fulfillment outside. So it could be other activities, especially to do with learning or meditation or spiritually, sort of something that helps you move forward. Whatever it is that sort of floats your boat, go for it. And here's the Emperor reverse. See, the thing is that right now the situation is in nobody's control. Whether it is this or whether it is that, whatever it is at work, the situation is totally sort of, especially the powers that be, the people who are in charge, the people who are running the show, or who are responsible for maintaining that sort of order, they themselves are lost. They don't know what the heck is going on and they don't know how to sort of bring order into this chaos. They are just sort of going with the flow, trying to just hang on to whatever is hang on able. So it's not their fault. They never probably thought about all these things. So all in all, the cards are saying, don't let this the how do you say it, don't get bogged down or stymied by the ineffectiveness of your leaders at work. And don't find, don't feel, don't drown yourself in the darkness that being in this situation, especially because it offers the material benefits that it does. Don't let that darkness consume you. Find your joy outside of the workplace or outside of your work hours. You will find the opportunity to grow and prosper and thrive and fulfill your soul. Don't look at your leaders and your workplace to do that for you. Okay? Oh, okay. You see this? This adventure will come. And oh, look at that. Isn't this powerful? When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. There you go. This is the affirmation. These are the words of encouragement for you this month. So listen, just connect to the universe, connect to the presence of this joy in the universe, and you will attract the support, the guidance, the the information, everything that you're looking for will come to you as if by magic. Just connect with the universe. That joyfully, where you feel joy, that connection where you feel joy, that space in time where pure bliss sort of makes its presence known to you. That's where you are, where you need to be. And that's where you will bring in all the answers, all the support, all the direction, all the guidance that you are really looking for, and will come to you. So remember this, come back to these words whenever you feel crazy, and you will, bring yourself into that space, and you will find the way. Wow. Virgo. Interesting. And next up we have Capricorn. So let's see. Okay, Capricorn, your general reading is as follows: Five of Wands reversed, Chariot, and Child of Cups. So that's your Page of Cups reversed. Okay, so interesting. Five of Wands reversed. So if you're looking for different ways, or if there was any confusion in your life, because this is general reading, right? So if there was any moment or any situation which was causing confusion, or you were like, should I do this, should I do that, what is it that I should do, there was this is a card of chaos, really. And that seems to be dying down. A sort of harmony is settling in, a clarity of path forward, especially with the Chariot, right? It looks like finally things are, you're flowing forward, things are moving forward. You will start seeing the light at the end of that tunnel kind of a thing. You will start seeing things a little bit more clearly. There will be a lot more sort of emotional balance and control, and definitely things will start moving once, as this chaos starts to sort of dwindle and sort of harmony sets in. You'll be like, okay, things are moving forward finally, right? And then that Child of Cups reverse, this is going to be an emotional situation, of course, with all this water here and here. Okay, so it is likely that you will get a little sentimental, a little. Child of Cups is kind of whiny too. Okay, there's gonna be some whining moments. Just give yourself that. Try and find a way to see, be in that flow, be in that joyous sort of harmony, but try not to get all emotionally worked up as this happens. Okay, just saying, just remain open to creative and beautiful moments along the way, but don't let the emotions get the worst of you. Hey Capricorn. Okay, so let's look at the relationship situation. You have the Magician, then you have the Knight of Wands reversed, and you get the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So, okay, in in the relationship arena for you, it's all about who's in charge, who's in control, who gets to be on top. Literally and figuratively at some point. Being in charge, being the person running the show sort of matters to you. And towards that end, you are ready to put in all the work that you need to do that. With this Knight of Wands reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, both being reversed, it's going to be a little tough because, as they say, the road to craziness is paved with good intentions. I'm paraphrasing that. So especially in a relationship, you might start out with all good intentions, but you might find yourself completely in a totally different place than what you wanted to end up with. And with that Queen of Pentacles there in the reverse, you might find that you're paying too much attention to work or work related situations, and a little less attention to your relationship scenarios. So and this is something very typical Capricorn, that you are more about the work than about the relationship. But this is how it's gonna be. So yeah, just be aware of these things as you handle your relationships, okay, as you deal with them, as you go through them. That they are people too. They have feelings too. And while you might be in a situation where you are able to sort of see practically through every relationship up and downs, not everybody is motivated or made like that. Some of us feel, some of us think. This is a big challenge for Capricorns, okay? So be aware of this. Now let's see what the work situation is like. Queen of Swords, logic, 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 and compassion. Then Nine of Swords reversed. Okay. And Seven of Cups reversed. Interesting. Okay, so at the workplace, you are going to rule. You are going to find that magically balanced space between compassion and logic. You really see things very clearly. All that chariot energy, see? You are going to be in a position where you are, directing things, taking charge of things, in charge of creative projects, all of that. And if there were situations which had worried you or caused you some level of anxiety before, that anxiety is slowly dying down, and suddenly you will see a big change as things harmonize, right? Control is there, harmony is there, things will start sort of looking better. But then the Seven of Cups is reversed, which kind of sort of restricts the options available, okay? Just say, especially with this chariot energy going forward and all this, the point is things will start moving forward. You will be very much in charge, in control of everything. And a lot of things that had worried you before, as things harmonize, the anxiety will sort of die down, fall away, and you will start feeling good. But not everything is going to be, not all options are going to be available, not every path is going to be open for you in terms of moving forward. And that might sort of feel, you might be like, what, now that everything is opened up, what do you mean I can't do this and this? Well, you can't. That's how it is. So you need to be, how do you say it, quick on your feet. And instead of whining, try and see, okay, with whatever is available, what is it that you can do? Okay, Capricorn, quit whining. Start creative thinking. And so for you, the words are, see, right on point. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Right? Instead of focusing on what you think that you need, focus on, okay, what is there and what I can do, what I can give, what I can share. Focus on that. And prayer, right? This is something very, very interesting. I know it's a very personal viewpoint, but I want to share it, especially because the word prayer has come here. For me personally, a prayer is a way to communicate with the higher powers, energies, God, goddess, whatever you believe in, and you want to call it, that energy, that source, right? And you have all kinds of prayers. You have prayers with words, you have songs, you have mantras, you have very specific things and rituals, and that's all, I would say, the outer stuff, which, yes, which is helpful because it helps you sort of bring or hone in your focus, so it has its place. But prayer, if you sort of bring it down to the absolute essence of it, is you can sort of talking or communicating with that higher power, that beautiful creative source of energy and light and love in your life. And when you are communicating with that, there are you're not demanding or asking or receiving or whatever it is. You're just talking, you're connecting. And that is when everything is so powerful, because if you just connect, forget, I think you do automatically just forget, oh, I want this, I want that. No, you just basically connect, because that connection is so blissful everything else is forgotten. And when that happens, you will soon see that, you didn't even have to ask, everything just comes. So, those are the pros of that situation. There are no cons. So forget what I think I need, right? Capricorn, this is very important for you. Just enjoy that blissful connection that comes through prayer. Forget all the this is what I want kind of things of it, and you will, open up. Joy will come. Hmm? Wow. Okay, so this was for Capricorn. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. And I really, really appreciate it if you would give this video a like, if you would share it with your friends, and if you would subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I put out these monthly prediction videos towards the end of every month so that, for the next month. And I like to experiment playing around with different decks while I do that. And of course, I also do my card a day readings on my Instagram and on my Facebook group. If you like, you can follow me on either of these places. And I also put out deck reviews and spread videos where I go, look into each spread, and we do sample readings and try to see how to interpret things and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of tarot stuff that I do on YouTube. So if you like, please stick around and come back to my next video, which I'll be putting out next week. And I will see you then. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye for now.